Guys, it's here, our 100th episode of Just Saying with Justin Martindale. And I have to tell you guys, thank you so much for being here for 100 episodes. It's so crazy that it's gone by so fast. We've just had so much fun, and the feedback from you guys, the listeners, the viewers, has just been tremendous. And I mean this from the bottom of my heart. This has been the most fun I've had doing a podcast. And 2024 is just going to get better with even more exciting guests, more pop culture, more tea spilled, more jokes, all for you guys. So please tell everybody that you know to listen and subscribe, rate and review, watch this podcast on YouTube. And this week's guest, our 100th episode, is none other than Joe Dombrowski. Some of you might know him from social media as Mr. D. It is a funny episode, and I can't wait for you guys to see it. So enjoy. And thanks again. Here's to 100 more. What's up, Just Sayers? Happy New Year, and welcome to this week's episode of the Just Saying podcast. I'm your host, Justin Martindale, and what a fun-filled new year we are ringing in this week with our first official guest of 2024. 2024. Okay, well, this guest you may know, Joe Dombrowski, a.k.a. Mr. D, from his 2017 viral April Fool's Day spelling test prank that landed him appearances on The Ellen DeGeneres Show. Joe started doing stand-up at 8 years old in his third grade talent show, and he is still going strong, traveling the globe with his stand-up comedy, which often highlights his crazy life as an elementary school teacher. You can watch his comedy specials on YouTube, Don't Eat the Crayons, and you can catch him live on his tour and every week on his podcast, Social Studies, where he recaps insane stories from teachers all over the world. 2024, it's Joe Mr.D Dombrowski.
Hey.
Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
I'm so excited you were here. You at the top, like when you got here, you were like, oh, we did a show 5 years ago.
You and I did a show together about 5 years ago at the Hollywood Improv.
Uh-huh.
It was my first time ever performing there, and I was nervous going in.
Really?
Actually, there's more to this story.
Oh, God.
You
blackmailed me.
You went on, and you destroyed. And at the time, you were doing some joke about like a ghost in a house.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, that you were like, I think you were just like working out the final kinks of it. And it was very, very clear, very concise, very good. And then I went with like this half-assed vision of what I was going to do for a tight five, bombed my both labias, all four labias, gone. And I was like, oh, God. And then Ida Rodriguez went up right after me and like made a comment about like me bombing, which then got them back on her side, which I was like totally fine with.
Yeah.
And then she came up to me after. She's like, you're such a sweet voice. We need this. I was like, that was called a bomb.
That was a nurturing bomb.
Yeah, you just nurtured my bomb.
Like,
Thanks.
Was terrible.
It was so sweet though.
Bring it in.
And then I went home and cried. And then
you did?
And then I headlined like 2 days later and set my pussy back up. So we're good.
Wow. Where was that, in the lab or the main room?
No, I did. I was at Dynasty Typewriter.
We were both at Dynasty Typewriter?
No. We were at Hollywood Improv, main room.
Main room,
4 days later, I was at Dynasty Typewriter.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
And then the rest
You know how it is when you bomb? And then
No, I don't. No, I do. I'm
going to go take a bath with a toaster now. But when you bomb, you're not sane again until you absolutely destroy the house down and people are coming up to you after telling you how amazing your set was. And you're not fine until then. I think the next I blacked out.
Oh yeah. See, we have those days too here. And I think the last time that I was like, oh God, what happened? We was probably the Wednesday before last Thanksgiving, and usually that's like a really big night because everyone goes out and they're like, oh, we're all gonna get drunk and have fun before we have to go to the families the next day and everything. So it's just so fun when there's a lineup of people and we're all looking at each other afterwards being like, good luck. It is not.
Get after it.
And then we like catch up in the parking lot or whatever, and we're like, what happened? What was that?
Yeah.
I mean, I was literally talking to people and they were just looking at me just with dead eyes. Like
it's its own beast.
Yeah.
It's wild.
But it makes you better. You're just like, okay.
It does make you better.
Humble me. Thank you.
Well, I'm glad that you've never bombed in your whole life, but I was wondering if I could quiz you on some spelling words.
Yes, because, wait, let's go back to the spelling. I want to talk about this whole viral sensation.
Hit me.
Give me the process. What happened? You made like a TikTok or something? What was this?
Oh my God, you think I'm so much younger than I am.
I didn't say that. I just thought you made a TikTok.
So I was an elementary school teacher for about 10 years. And like teachers are poor, so I was making no money, and comedy was literally putting gas in my car, to get to work. I came up in the Detroit scene, which is not much of a scene, so I'm doing like $50 spots for money for the week.
Sure.
And then I was like, I think I'm going to start just putting some videos on Facebook of all things. Yeah.
The mothers, the teachers, the women who hold this country together.
I knew what I was doing. I knew what it was. I wasn't playing no games.
TikTok.
Take that TikTok. And I always fucked around with the students. Like I was joking with them, playing with them. I just wanted it to be fun. Like so many of the kids had just like rough family lives and things that I wanted them to enjoy the 5 hours that we were together. So when we would have like downtime, I'd play pranks on them and do things. And I was like, why am I not filming this shit? You know? And I gave them a fake spelling test on April Fool's Day with all words that I made up, and just like posted it broke all the rules of posting to social, right? Like I posted at 9, no hashtags, no caption, 9 o'clock Eastern time too. Like LA was not even awake. 20 million views the next day.
Wow.
Yeah. News cameras outside our school.
Are you serious?
Nuts. People were calling like people who I was in photos with on Facebook. Like they called my cousin. They're like, we'd love to get in touch with your husband. And she was like, funny. This is funny.
Wow. So you're like the Matt Rife of teachers.
I don't know if I want to take that.
That's crazy. I couldn't even imagine that. So you just like went to bed. So you set up a camera in your classroom, did this prank.
On my coffee cup like this, and then just did it, stop, post.
And the next day, 20 million.
20 million.
Wow.
Phone calls from Good Morning America, everyone. And then Ellen DeGeneres was a really big influence in my upcoming of stand-up. Like I grew up in a huge stand-up family. They were exposing me to stand-up from a very young age, too young of an age. And I knew her specials. I was quoting her specials. I know those jokes. And I remember thinking like, this is something that she might pick up. And it's really picking up steam. So I'm going to hold out. So I was getting offers to do like other shows and things, and I was turning them down. And then...
Which shows were you turning down?
Oh, God. I turned down... I ended up going back on it. Do you remember Kelly Pickler?
Do I?
Remember?
Did she have a show?
She did. It shot out of Nashville.
Oh.
And I turned it down. And then I ended up doing it a few years later. But it was like smaller things like that. I was waiting for Wendy Williams. It didn't happen.
Oh.
And then... they called and I had to do like a 3-course interview. Like I was going on reality TV, background check, all of it. And then I went on the show. And number one question, I know you're thinking it.
Are you gay?
Oh, so gay.
Okay.
was she mean? She was so unbelievably kind to me. It was insane.
Until she slapped you after the interview.
On the ass,
actually. Oh, good for you.
Fantastic. But she was, they told me too, they're like, hey, don't get too comfortable. Like if she gets up and leaves immediately, like this is work, like this is her thing. Like this is Hollywood, you dumb little gay. So I was like, I got this girl. Like, oh, and they were also like, don't try and be funny. This isn't your last comic standing audition. I was like, try.
Don't like do bits and stuff like that. Yeah.
I was like, I don't have to try. Went out, and then she stayed in her seat, and she was like, hey, I heard you do stand-up. And I was like, yeah. This is when cameras are off. And she's like, you're very funny. And I was like, oh, thanks. She's like, no, like, you're really funny. You need to, like, push this harder. You need to do something with this. And I was like, oh, my God. This is crazy hearing this from you.
Yeah.
And then that lit the fire under my ass to keep going. And then she invited me back a second time, and that's when the ball really took off. So,
all the moms. All the moms, all the teachers.
I roped them in. If you're somewhere in the world and I'm on tour and you're in a restaurant before a show and it looks like a Costco convention in there, those are people coming to my show.
That's your demo.
That's my demo.
Good for you.
My bread and butter. And I love it.
Yeah. And the husbands.
The husbands.
Or the boyfriends.
The husbands and the boyfriends don't know where they're coming, and they do love me by the end of the night. And then I skew older gay. which I love.
Yeah, older gay is great.
Older gays, very Palm Springs.
Yes.
Very
well,
that.
And I think that too. Because I always say this, like I have a big female base as well. And they're all like, oh, we wish you were like our friend in high school. And like, you're like my best friend, Steve, whatever. And, but at the end, it's always great because I have these men who are with them, like just dudes, and I'm like, oh, what are you doing here? And then they are happy, because their girlfriends or wives had a good time, and they are not threatened by me.
Yeah,
and at the end of the night, they are going to get laid.
They are.
Because girlfriend had a great time.
Isn't there nothing better, though, than seeing them in the audience and their little buttholes just so tight and then they loosen up and they're laughing?
The guys or the girls?
The guys.
Oh,
the
yes.
Guys.
I love that.
Because they look at you and they're like, I don't know if I'm going to lock this.
Yeah.
This is Omaha.
Oh, yeah. I was in Colorado and I had these guys that some of them I was like, where were y'all January 6th? Like
100.
Like just straight up Duck Dynasty dudes, like hardworking steel mill or whatever they do there, but like
steel mill
flannels, beards,
very that, yeah.
Watching me, and I was like, I know Joe Rogan, and they were like, oh,
he's one of us.
I was like, we're gonna have a good time, everyone.
Denver is a surprising Colorado period when doing comedy there. I had 5
This was
tables.
not Denver.
What was it?
Colorado Springs. Ooh, military.
Wait, Comedy Works South?
It's a place called 3E's Comedy Club.
Okay. I did Comedy Works South, and I had 5 tables of lesbian construction workers, which I know redundant, but they were all construction workers. Like, why are you what are you here for? And they're like, we love what you do. And I'm like, you never know.
I know, you never know, and I love that a little light goes a long way.
A little light goes a long way.
It really does. And I like that you have such a huge following. I mean, your Instagram is like almost 1 million.
I will hit 1 million by the end of this week.
Do you remember when you bombed 5 years ago on stage?
You bitch.
Things are great. Things are so good for me. All right. Well, let's play this little game you wanted to play.
Are you ready for it?
Yes, I'm ready.
Spelling is not my strong suit either, so don't think I'm trying to be better than you.
Okay.
I just wanted to see how you did here. So I have some words that I've looked up. And
Are these real words?
They're real words.
Okay.
They're all real words. Did you want to start with the big points, heavy words, or did you want to go medium or soft?
Let's go easy to hard.
Cool. This could surprise you. The word is boorish.
Boorish?
Yes.
I've always wanted to say this. Can I have the word origin, please?
I would give it to you, but my phone's in airplane mode.
Damn. What would happen to these kids in this spelling bee? Okay. Sorry, my phone's on airplane mode. No, okay. Boorish. Boorish.
Do you want the definition?
Yes.
Okay, boorish. Rough and bad-mannered. Coarse. Boorish behavior.
Boorish.
Is she giving her them up there?
No.
Oh, you're good. You're good. You got
I can spell. Is that right?
That's 100% right.
Okay.
Now this, I'm gonna skip to the very hardest one.
Okay.
Very hardest. I like how I speak like my former students right now. I will let you know that this word is phonetically spelled exactly how it sounds. So don't think too much about it.
Okay.
Anti-disestablishmentarianism.
Can I hear the word again?
Anti-disestablishmentarianism.
Anti-disestablishmentarianism.
Yes.
A
policy or an attitude that views a nation's power structure as corrupt, repressive, exploitive.
Anti-dysentery.
Anti-disestablishmentarianism.
ANTIDISSEMB.
Yeah.
LISH.
Yeah.
Anti-dis.
All you have left is mentarianism.
MENTAR.
Yeah.
INI.
You fucked it up at the end.
Damn.
Yeah, TARIANISM. However, I will tell you that my Lisdexia and all these letters are not mixing. So you could have been wrong earlier.
Antidyslexic.
I could be wrong.
That's a hard word.
It's a hard one. It's a word that you would never use.
Whew.
One more? Are you in for one more?
Go.
Burgessy. Am I saying that right, Land?
You're the teacher.
Girl, I don't even know what that one means.
Bourgeoisie.
That's what I said. I said bourgeoisie.
Oh, bourgeoisie.
Yeah, that's what I said.
You know this one.
I know bourgeoisie.
We're gonna look it up.
Mrs. Van Ryn over here. Bourgeoisie. B-U-R-G.
No.
What?
B-O-U-R.
Did I fuck that up?
Yeah, you said B-U-R.
Bourgeois. Oh, B.
You get another shot.
God
You get
damn.
another shot. I'm not gonna make you look like this on your own show.
Because now I'm thinking how Madonna spells it, and that's wrong. I think.
Perhaps. Or Land could have spelled it wrong.
B-O-U.
Let's ask the Google machine. See what she says.
Bourgeois. B-O-U-G.
Yeah, it's
No?
so wrong.
What
Yeah.
is it?
It's B-O-U-R.
B-O-
G-E-O-I.
G-E-O-I-S-A. That's right.
Yeah.
It's that weird, like, bourgeoisie.
Yeah. Do you know what it means?
Yeah, fancy.
Yeah.
Posh.
Yeah.
Rich.
Yeah. The middle class typically within reference to its materialistic values, conventional attitudes. The rise of the bourgeoisie is at the end of the 18th century.
What Madonna song is it in?
The one with all the hi-hats and the
hi-hats?
Yeah, there's a lot of hi-hat and there's a lot of in the beginning. That one. That's the song.
I think you were looking for music.
That's what I said.
Okay, yeah. Where she's in the limousine with the pimp cane.
Can I tell you something about bourgeoisie really quick, though?
Yeah, this is the podcast to do that.
This is like the humblest of humble brags.
Okay.
Did you watch Bridgerton? I got to start with that. Were you in it?
Y-E-S. Yes.
Were
I
you
do.
in it?
No, I wish. Are you
Okay.
kidding me? That and Gilded Age, like,
Right. Like, yeah. Insane.
I've
Insane.
never wanted to leave my time period ever and go back to like smallpox. You know what I mean?
Literally.
Like, my God.
Unbelievable.
The fashion.
So, I'm getting married in June.
Perfect. Congrats.
Thank you. And one of the things that I really wanted is when the dance scenes happen and it's the string quartets playing like
Taylor
Ariana,
Swift.
all that.
Mhm.
I wanted that. So I did a little research and I found a string quartet, like a accompanist in.
Do I know them? Is it It's not Postmodern Jukebox. It's Vitamin
not.
D. Vitamin.
It's not. It's none of these.
Okay.
It's none of these. So it's like nothing you would know. Right? Well, anyone would know. And I looked it up and I found this guy and I was like, who happened to live in Seattle, which is where I live. And I was like, hey, I really want this vision. I don't know if you've ever seen Bridgerton, but I kind of want 90s rap and hip hop by a string quartet.
Weird.
Laughed at me.
What?
And goes, yeah, I wrote the music for Bridgerton. And I
He
go,
worked on the music?
wrote it.
He wrote it?
I go, you're hired. Told me you can have all the songs that we did for the show. And if you want me to rewrite any new ones, you can. So I'm having him do My Neck, My Back, Freak a Leak, 1 Minute Man. Yeah.
You need to stop. You're having Kia Quartet. All you ladies pop your pussy like this. Oh my God.
But it's going to be great because all the older people are going to be like, this is so
really
beautiful.
nice.
And all the millennials are going to be like, is
this Kia?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's a dream. And I was like, this is going to be exceptional.
That's going to be
behavior.
amazing.
I'm very excited.
Wait, what's the other one? What's the other songs?
Oh, I have a little list.
Oh my God.
These are the ones that we're adding.
1 Minute Man?
1 Minute Man.
1 Minute Man.
Yeah.
That'll sound really good on a cello.
I think it will, for sure. We have... Okay.
Can I make a suggestion? If it is not
absolutely.
on the list.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me think of it. What's her name? Oops, there goes my shirt over my head.
Oh my. Yeah.
Oops. Who was that? Tweak?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. We have And some of these are in the genre that I said and some are not. Fantasy by Mariah Carey, obviously. The Whisper Song by the Yin Yang Twins. Stunning Like My Daddy, My Neck, My Back, What's Your Fantasy by Luda, Pass That Dutch, Missy Elliott, 1 Minute Man, Spice Up Your Life. And that's all that we had to add because the rest that he has are really, really good.
That's awesome.
I'm very excited.
If that ever happens to me, I will have to have this guy as well.
Oh, done. Yeah.
Because that's fantastic.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. And I'm still like, is this real?
Are you guys doing like a Prince Charming style wedding?
Ew.
No, it's just we want the songs. What are you going to do?
One thing that I really like, I'm not going to say hate because you do you.
Loathe?
Yeah.
Loathe.
I don't like going to a gay or same-sex wedding. And they're so hard trying to just emulate a traditional straight wedding.
Right.
So the word is unique. Like, we want people to leave being like, I don't know what that was, but it was great. You know? Untraditional elements. I don't need to be walked down an aisle. Nobody needs to walk down an aisle. There's no passing off of nothing. There's no garter. There's no fucking choreographed dance in the middle that looks like a flash mob. No, we're not. No.
What about a Shetland pony?
There will be a Shetland pony.
Perfect.
Another cool thing that we're doing is the floral arrangements on the table are going to be, they're very abstract, but they're branches of like fruit. So like you could be like the tangerine table and there'll be like tangerines.
Oh, that's
like
fun.
Within and you could just like and eat it.
Ooh, very Wonka.
Very Wonka.
Cool.
Very Wonka.
And what are y'all wearing?
I'm actually colorblind. So my
Really?
partner Morgan is responsible for that. And
like all
color
colors?
things. Not all
or like
colors.
Green and yellow.
It's like when shades get too, okay, if a purple gets too dark, black.
Wow.
I'm having a very hard time distinguishing between the two right here, the wall and the curtain. But is it a dark blue or a purple?
It's like a dark blue, like an indigo kind of a thing.
Those two. So where the shades are in the middle, where the labias are going in, it looks black.
You and labias.
I can't get enough. Nom nom nom. I know. So and then like if reds are too dark, they'll look black. And on the contrast, if any of these colors look too light, they look white.
Wow.
Yeah. Especially like yellows and greens will look very white to me.
So you're great in traffic.
Wonderful in traffic.
Perfect. Great.
I've blown many red lights.
Well, that's fun. That's a good idea. I love that. And the guy's based in Seattle too, right?
That's which that was like,
that is weird.
I was like, really? Okay, you're in.
I mean, that's fantastic. Well, going from weddings to actual dads and parents, this is fun. You want to play a little game. I think this is going to be a fun thing for you. This is 10 funny things kids have said to their teachers. So I don't know if
did I write anything on this?
I don't know. Maybe. What have you had anything like? What's if you can remember the top like moments that a kid said something weird to you?
This is probably the number. Well, first of all, I had like a couple kids call me. They'll mistake you all the time, and they'll be like, "Dad," or like,
"Yes."
And I had one girl go, "Granny." I'm like,
"Granny." God,
your granny 6'3" with a beard and broad shoulders. I might fuck your granny.
She could be a Viking.
Exactly.
You know? Yeah.
Viking. I dyed my hair when I was teaching kindergarten, and the number one rule when teaching kindergarten is don't change anything. They can't handle it. And I walked in the room, and they were like, "Oh my God, why would you do that?" And I was like, "I just wanted to look a little younger." And one girl goes, "But what are you going to do about your face, though?" Yeah.
That's insane.
That was a good one.
Wow. What are you going to do about your face, though?
Yeah.
That's when you have the RuPaul shade button. Just just have one of those. If I was a teacher, I would have that like on my desk.
Oh.
But I also have a lot of friends that are teachers that I'm like, you're a teacher?
Oh.
Like I'm like, we partied
I was
really
one of
hard.
them. I just did a really big show in my hometown where I was my first year of teaching ever. And my first class ever, they're like 22 now. One of my students came to my show and was like, "Oh my God, dude, like you were such an inspiration." I was like, "Hey, can I tell you, like 3 out of 5 days of the week, I was violently hungover that year." Like I'm
would be me.
Just clear in the air. I feel like I need to repent for this.
Yeah. God, but the honesty helps, you know. They love it when you're honest.
Right.
And that's That's the hard truth about children. They will be honest. This one, here we go. This woman posted a picture of Arthur, you know, the cartoon Arthur.
Yes.
And her side by side. And she says, me thinking I'm a looking good in yellow. And my student said, Mrs. Bond, you know who you look like? And she looked like Arthur. And I mean, you know what? Get it. I had a kid once tell me, I'm not even a teacher. I'm not even a teacher. I was in a Target and this kid ran up to me and goes, you look like Frankenstein, and ran off. And it wasn't even Halloween.
No.
And I was just like, wow. And the mom's like, I'm sorry. I'm like, ugh.
I was walking through the mall with my friend who's a drag queen during Pride, and she was in full drag. And this little boy ran away from his mom, ran right up to her and goes, I know you're a man. ran away.
The judgment.
And ran away.
During Pride.
During Pride of all things.
Just a homophobic child.
Blasphemy out here in the streets of Seattle. Unbelievable.
This is a thanks for the compliment section. This is a student once came up and hugged me and took a big whiff and said I smelled so good, like tacos. It's not wrong. I love tacos. If a child said I smelled like tacos, I'd be like, you get it.
Yeah, you understand.
Yeah, I love you like my mom, but not in a weird way.
That one's sweet. That is sweet.
You're just like my grandma. Here you are, Joe. She is round and squishy too.
This is giving me PTSD.
Yeah.
It's so true,
Here's some a little harsher ones.
Too.
The year was 1996. I wore a turtleneck, and the first kid walking into class said that I looked like a roll-on deodorant. I mean, better than smelling like you're not wearing deodorant. Did you do that to your hair, or is it just bedhead? Did you know anyone who was on the Titanic?
Now, this is true. This happens often. Like, they asked me, they go, were you born in the 1800s or the 1900s?
Wow.
Like, they would ask me questions like that. There's a hilarious video on the internet where this little girl asks her mom, she goes, were you around in the 13 original colonies? And the mom goes, how old do you think I am? She goes, I don't know. The mom goes, I'm 34. And the little girl goes, oh, so yes?
The original 13 colony. What are you, Outlander? Like, what is this?
Amazing.
God.
Oh, no.
Here's some hilarious ones. Why is my forehead crying? I guess the little boy was sweating. Oh, I was playing a lot of Adele, and one of my 11th graders came up to me real serious and said, Miss Carter, who hurt you? Do you need to talk about it? See, that would be me.
That's real.
I think that was a young gay child.
Oh, for sure that was. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay?
Yeah. And she was an English teacher.
And then we always have those kids who have a little too much information. This one kid says, one of the students told me that he was going to give his granny one of his teeth because she only has 4 teeth. Yeah,
ooh,
TMI.
Ooh. They do tell you everything.
Yeah.
They tell you everything.
We were discussing nocturnal animals, and I had a student raise their hand and say, my dad is nocturnal.
Well. This next one has happened to me every year.
I think this is a good one. This is a favorite. Daddy slept on the couch last night. That's Ralph Wiggum from The Simpsons.
That I've heard that every year.
Yeah.
Every year.
Like,
they'll just tell you shit.
Problems at home?
Oh, all the time. They'll come home and they'll just lay it out. I used to play a game with the kids too. I'd sit them down for carpet and I'd be like, okay, now we're going to play Tell Me Everything About Your Parents. It's great.
And like any hot dads, you're like, great. So, Jimmy, how's your hot dad doing?
Oh my God, there was a...
What?
There was a girl who had 2 moms, and one of my other students, like in confidence, came up to me and goes, I understand that she has 2 moms. You know, the one beautiful mom and then the other mom with the spiky hair. I was like, oh, fuck.
There's always one, you know? That's so fun.
Yeah.
I get asked if I ever want to be a dad. I'm like, no.
You don't?
I don't think so.
No does I.
No.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's such an investment.
Yeah.
I know. And I'm just like, I'm always afraid they'll turn like...
Gay.
No. Maybe. I don't know. I feel like I would have like what if I had like a fantasy football son? And then I'm like, not my
Can't
son.
Help you.
Get
Learn
out
it on
here.
YouTube.
I'm going to start teaching you the halftime shows from the late 70s until now. Yes.
Right. Whitney Houston sang the best national anthem you've ever heard.
Diana Ross flew out on a helicopter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What happened with Diana Ross and Beyonce? Was it recent?
Wait, what happened?
Okay, two things. One, there were these memes that were resurfacing of Beyonce, like when Beyonce went as Toni Braxton and then Kris Jenner thought it was her. You know that.
Well, that was
right?
just because it was Tuesday. Yeah.
But then I think because I fell down this rabbit hole, I saw this video that I had never saw. And it was Diana Ross and Beyonce was like on stage walking towards her and then they had this huge embrace. But Beyonce was in one of her outfits from the Renaissance tour. So I was like, was there something that I missed? Did Diana Ross like make an appearance or something?
Oh, yeah.
When?
During the concert. It was her birthday celebration.
Oh,
and Diana
I
Ross,
missed that completely.
Yeah, that's what I'm here for. Diana Ross came out and sang happy birthday to Beyonce.
Happy
at her show.
birthday.
Yeah.
Oh, and now did that make it into the movie?
I don't know. I haven't seen the movie yet.
I haven't either.
Yeah.
I didn't actually go to the show and I'm pissed.
I didn't go to
was
the
on
show
tour.
either. I think you and I are the only two
ever
that never went to the show.
Did you go to Taylor Swift?
I would rather eat glass.
We are literally best friends. No shade. No shade. Just not for me. Not my tea.
Not for me. I love horse girls. Let them live.
Funny.
But like, it's not for me. I'm grown.
We're gonna get hate. We're gonna get hate. I once talked shit about Demi Lovato on Twitter, and they basically tried to dox me.
Who did?
Their fans.
The Demi Lovato fans?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, fans in general are just like insane.
Ravenous.
And I say, relax.
Relax.
We're allowed to have opinions on music.
Yeah.
And like, hey, this isn't for me. This isn't either. This is my jam. I don't have to be brainwashed into liking something because it's just not going to happen.
I did a weekend in Nashville at Zany's Nashville.
Love Zany's Nashville.
It's a good club. Shout out Lucy, love you, girl. When Taylor Swift's tour was in Nashville, and I was like, seriously,
why?
Seriously,
I know.
Now you would think that it would fuck with my ticket sales because T Swift and I do have a lot of demo overlap. So if she did ever want to collab, I would do it, and she probably does and is watching.
Yeah.
Now, what happened was a lot of people were coming in from out of town for that Nashville show because it was so special because it was Nashville.
It was Nashville.
And then they went to the concert one day and my show the other. It worked out very well.
Thanks, T Swift.
Come on.
Yeah, but also, it's like destination. It's very like bachelorettes going to see Taylor Swift. And then
it's a hard no.
It's a hard no.
It's a hard no.
And that's okay. It's totally fine. But fans can be ravenous, and I think they need to look into themselves in the new year.
Look within. Mm-hmm. Look
within. The
Deep
new,
within the labia,
new Swift album coming out next year.
Look within. I love that.
I want to get into some topics with you because I thought these were some fun stories. Now, did you do Zoom?
I did.
You did Zoom. Did you do Zoom comedy at all?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Did you?
No.
You said no to any offer you did?
No.
Are you serious?
I did one, and I was like, I'm never doing this again.
Early on in the pandemic.
Very early on.
And then you're like, not for me.
Not for me. Not my Zoom.
What did you do?
I waited.
Oh, really?
I waited, and then like they started doing outdoor shows, and then there was then they kind of did a Zoom show, but it was like we were in person, but they had like screens all around. It was kind of cool and like futuristic.
Right. Where, here?
No, not here, but it was like somewhere in like North Hollywood, or maybe it was the Valley. I can't remember what's the difference. But so that was fun, but never like, okay, be on mute and just wait until we call you. And then you're on your couch. You're like, hey guys, COVID, am I right? Like, no, I never did it.
I did too many. Yeah. And I was on tour. The pandemic stopped. I lost my whole tour schedule. And then I went back to teaching for a year.
Yeah.
So then I taught that year in person and
on the Zoom,
which was horrible.
I can't figure out Zoom. I just know how to click a link and be there.
Yep.
That's it. I don't know how to share screens. I don't know anything else. I just know how to sit there. I don't even know how to mute. I don't know what it's for. My boyfriend, he's like on Zooms all the time. And
what's he do? Is he a business guy?
He's in sales, yeah. So he's just like, he has all his people from around, and he's just like, has his desk raise and lower.
Yeah, mine too.
Like, he does like all of it, and I'm just like in the back, like, I don't know how to do the Zoom. I can't do it. But
that's the worst.
This is kind of interesting. The sound of crunching chips is annoying, apparently, to a lot of people who do use Zoom. So Doritos, yes, Doritos has made a silencer for Zoom. Yes.
What?
Voices and crunching are amplified when people are using headsets, which are often worn by gamers, many of whom spend hours at a time playing multiple player video games. So the chip brand Doritos, called Doritos Silent.
No, stop. This is not real.
Yes, it is. It's
how old is this article?
A crunch cancellation software that removes the sound of chewing from voice chat, Zoom, or any call that uses headphones. But it was really created for gamers. So it works on anything that accepts a microphone. Dylan Fashbaugh, lead developer at Brooklyn-based Smooth Technology, which worked with Doritos to create the free app that launched earlier this month.
These people could be focusing on, I don't know, curing cancer, and they went for Doritos sounds.
This just says America, doesn't it?
I hate that. If you're that smart to figure that shit out, and you're going to invest it in Doritos sounds.
Yeah.
I hate this.
I know. It's awful. Because then it's also just like, hey, maybe don't eat chips while you're on a call. It's like whenever I see a stand-up like chewing gum, I'm just like, ugh.
That's your thing? Your thing?
Well, I have a lot.
Give me more. I want some other ones.
Well, I don't. Well, what if you do them? What if you do them?
I'll tell you if I do. Okay.
Wear shorts on stage.
Never. Oh, I did once. I was lambasted. Where'd you do it?
Doxed.
And how into comedy were you when you did it?
I was very new here. I want to say it was maybe 2009 or 10.
Yeah.
And thank God one of my best girlfriends, Sarah Tiana, fellow comedian, is in the back. And I got off the stage and she was like, never wear shorts on stage ever again. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh. And now I see young gay comics doing it. And I'm like, amateurs, put on pants.
You'll learn.
It is nighttime.
You're going to learn today.
There's so many that are in jumpers and shorts, and I'm just like, you guys, no.
This ain't it.
No.
This ain't it.
No. And it's that thirst comic kind of bracket where they're just like, oh, I'll just show off my body on stage. No one cares. We don't care. Do the jokes. Look at me, elder.
So the first time that I did it, I was doing a show in the South, and the person who was going on stage did a very Southern thing to me and said, oh, are you going to wear that on stage? And I said, yes, because the question was, are you going to wear that on stage? And then I got off and I got in trouble, and they said, well, I told you not to wear that. I go, no, bitch.
Yeah.
You asked me if I was going to wear it, which is a question. You didn't say don't wear it. That was they did Southern for, oh, are you going to wear that on stage?
Oh, you going to do that?
Meaning don't do
wear
it.
That, yeah.
I'm like, I'm from Michigan.
Yeah.
We don't talk backwards.
Yeah. But what were you wearing?
Shorts.
And they didn't want you to wear shorts.
Correct.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think we need to enforce that. So shorts on stage, gum, chewing.
No, that's bizarre. That's bizarre.
I don't know. I haven't seen this one in a while. Backpacks.
On stage?
Backpacks. Not necessarily like a school bag, but some sort of a strappy, small bag.
No.
Yeah.
And we'll wear it fully on stage.
Yes. And another thing, which is a hard, we'll say fourth place, is pajamas.
Who in their right mind? Name names.
I can't because I think they've learned.
We will off stage.
Yeah, but no, pajamas.
That's wild.
Just put in some effort.
There's another one that I'll tell you about when we're finished. That I'm kind of like, I don't know if this is your aesthetic, but it's giving me just walked out of Goodwill, and I can't be into it.
What is it?
It's that.
Goodwill clothes?
Nothing wrong with thrifting.
Yeah.
But we're not going to wear a full neon pant with a sweater where your hands are in the sleeve with some bizarre hat. And I'm just
that's called
mismatch day.
Gimmick comic. You are a gimmick. That is a comic who needs a gimmick to try it.
It's every time I see it, I'm just like, oh, and we're all eating this up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, we love this? All right. Yep. God. The same cloth, you and I.
Cut from it.
Let's talk about Cher. It's
personally my number one diva.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Very much. I saw the Cher show, the musical, 5 times in previews.
Wow. See, I'm not.
Oh, really?
And it's not because I don't like Cher. I like Cher.
Yeah.
But I do have PTSD with Cher, with one Cher song in particular.
Gypsies, Tramps, and Thieves?
No. Believe.
Okay, yeah.
Ooh, It follows me wherever I go because it knows that it fucks with my head.
What happened when you heard it the first time?
It just, the first time it came out, I was kind of like, oh, okay. And then I think it was because it was the first song that ever used auto-tune.
Mm-hmm.
And she will say that. Everyone knows that. But it's just a, do you believe in love after love after love after love?
It doesn't do it for you.
I'm like, ah! Like, it's just like waterboarding. And everywhere I go, I'm like, ugh, the song. And it'll come on wherever I'm at. And I'm just like, son of a bitch.
That is our wedding song.
Is it?
No.
You're like, I'm like, I hate it.
But I will have a string quartet play it.
You should. That's fun. Yes, yes. But like, I was not, I get the Cher legacy. I understand it. I know her placement in the history. But
yeah,
but she did this over the winter. She is the only person who has accomplished a #1 hit on the Billboard chart 7 decades. In 7 decades. Her hit single over Christmas, DJ Play a Christmas Song. Whoa. Hit #1 on the Dance Electronic Song Sales chart. And the only woman. She is the first woman to chart a #1 on at least one ranking in each of the past 7 decades. And that makes sense. I get that. Good for her. No one else will ever do that.
Weird to choose a Christmas song, don't you think? Like, Mariah Carey owns Christmas. Like, maybe do a Halloween song?
She did. No. Cher said, hold my beer.
She did say, hold my beer.
She really did.
She said that. And she came for her. She came for her gig. Pretty hard.
I love it. Do you think Mariah is somewhere in a Santa's workshop?
No.
Flipping tables, like
Yes.
like just picking up an elf and throwing it against the wall, right?
I heard Matt Rogers say recently that he's like, none of these pop stars like actually love Christmas. And I was like, oh my God. I had never put that together for sure. She
or
doesn't
the holidays
love
in general.
Yeah,
No.
She loves Christmas.
No,
right?
I don't think so.
She's just like, this is what I did, and it's still working, and we're gonna do it till it doesn't.
Yeah, put a dwarf in a gingerbread outfit.
And I'm here for that energy.
Yeah,
but like, don't be fooled. She doesn't love.
She doesn't love Christmas. It's not like here's the thing: if Mariah Carey had her house aesthetically Christmas 365, I'd be like, okay, we get it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
She's like if we walked into Mariah Carey's house and it was like July and she's like,
here's my treat.
do you want a peppermint?
Right.
I'd be like, what?
Oh, she loves Christmas.
Yeah. Well, it's her gig.
It is. And it will always be. That song.
Not now. Cher got the #1. I feel like every year Mariah gets that spot because we hear it. It's, God, I hear it like every
after Halloween.
Every after Halloween.
She does those videos.
She does the videos now because she knows we talk about it. She's here right now. Mariah. Yeah. But like, but I love that Cher was just like, it's me, Cher.
Yeah.
And Mariah's like,
Cher did
Mariah is actually Regina George after she found out that the bar was not for losing weight.
Oh my God. Yeah. What you just did was art. That was good. That was very good. That was very good.
5 pounds.
For sure.
Or 3 pounds, sorry.
Cher was in an interview recently and she got a little saucy. Duh.
Mariah?
No, Cher was.
Oh, Cher.
Yeah, she was being interviewed about something and she gave like a very, very jab-pointed answer.
What
Damn, see, this is where we come in because like I sort of know what I'm talking about and you very much do.
Well, I try.
I think they were talking about Burlesque, the musical coming out.
They are doing Burlesque the musical.
Yeah.
Broadway. God, Broadway's just at this point.
Honestly, I do need more original scores.
I know.
I'll say, yeah.
There is a lot.
Are you Broadway gay? Do you do?
No.
You don't do it at all?
No, but I will, like, if I'm interested in something, I'd be like, if I'm there.
You'd see Erica Jane in Chicago.
No.
Whoa.
Wait,
okay.
no. Oh, in Chicago, yes.
Yes.
I would not see her in Vegas. No.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
Would I see Sutton in the Broadway musical Name 'Em? Absolutely. Name 'Em.
Have you met her?
Name 'Em. No, I have not.
And we'll end at that? Okay.
But we will manifest that one day.
Okay.
I did see her and Garcelle in a Pride car.
Oh, at the end?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. But here we have,
in
plastic surgery news, plastic surgeons have figured out the ideal shape for a man's butt. While female behinds are often considered desirable based on their size and shape, the public also considers a certain shape of male buttock to be the most appealing. Our results demonstrate that there is a preferred male gluteal aesthetic. Plastic surgeon Ashit Patel. It's weird that a doctor named Ashit is talking about butts, right? He is a professor of surgery at Duke University and lead author of the study. He says the findings suggest that a moderately enhanced, well-proportioned appearance is most desirable.
Hold for applause.
Mm-hmm. More and more men are interested in cosmetic surgery that enhances their buttocks, which may include gluteal augmentation using fat grafting and or implants and buttock lifting procedures. While previous studies have evaluated the features of attractive female buttocks, no one has really studied the aesthetic of the ideal male buttocks. I love this article. So what are they saying? They're saying that 2,095 participants, 3 views of male buttocks from behind, from the side, and a 3/4 view. I need to sign up for this. These images were then digitally altered to show different sizes and shape of areas. Some 61% of the respondents were male, 52% were aged between 25 and 34, and 49% were white. So the survey found that the respondents rated butts that weren't too flat or too large as the most attractive. Well, no shit, right?
That's what I'm also saying. Again, very smart people are wasting their time doing this.
Yeah, we have Doritos, and then like, what's the ideal
and
male
butt?
But see, are you a butt guy?
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, but also like, if someone had like everything else and their butt was just fine, I would still hit it.
Right.
Like I'm not gonna.
If we've learned anything today, if it looks fine, hit it.
Right. And that is a Bible verse. That's Joe 20:23.
But see, I like a good like juicy booty. No butt.
No butt, just juicy booty.
No butt.
Okay, here's my thing too. It's like, it is really not. I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think a butt is the easiest muscle to get bigger.
Yeah. I always thought that I had a flat ass, and then like it happened, and like I've had people be like, "You got a nice ass," and I'm like, "Oh, really? It's just my wallet, but thank you." No, but like I feel like I have a good ass. But look, there was if we can just go up a little bit, Lee, right up above this picture, yeah. So. This is interesting. The fuller lateral thigh to buttock ratio of 1.2 was preferred among bisexual, gay, and heterosexual respondents.
So everyone.
Yeah. I think gay's like a big old legs.
Oh, yeah, for
big
sure.
Legs. Big dad legs.
I got a really weird DM from a fan recently.
Okay.
That was like, because, like, I'll follow a couple, like, fitness accounts or whatever, right?
Allegedly.
And someone slid into my DMs and was like, "Is your man thick? Because I noticed you follow these big-bellied boys." And I was like,
what?
But what? Okay, I told this to Morgan and we were talking, and I was like, "Can you believe that somebody said this?" He's like, "No, people will say anything to try to get, like, whatever they want." I'm like, I get that. But what a weird way to ask and go about that, right? Like, is your man thick? Like,
is your man thick with 2 or 3 C's?
There was a couple C's. There was a couple C's.
Yeah.
We could have just been like, "You like thick boys."
Yeah.
But he said, "Is your man thick?"
Ew.
I thought it was like, the class is out the window these days, especially in the DMs. It's wild.
There's really none of that. I do like, but I know we also live in a world where thick-thighed boys are like breaking watermelons with their legs.
On TikTok.
We have that one guy who like, you know what I'm talking about. It's the guy who like chops wood.
Oh, I absolutely know you're talking. This is the person that the DMer is probably referring to, because I for sure follow that guy.
That's all he does.
Chops wood.
He chops wood.
Breaks things with his legs.
But he like, it's really sexual.
But not.
But yes.
Right.
Yeah. So he'll be like, "I gotta split this wood open."
Oh my God, is this your straight?
Yeah.
Is this your straight?
Like, yeah.
Oh my God,
It's giving straight.
We're code switching. That's the new name of the pod. Code switching.
And he'll hit it, and then he's like, "Oh yeah, it's real tight." And
what is this?
He's splitting the wood with his hands.
No, ma'am.
Yes.
This is a lot.
He does it like that, and then he's like, "Ha." and you're like, "Ugh." But at the same time, you're like, ha, yeah.
You could be cast straight.
Thank you.
I can't.
Yeah.
I've bombed it so many times.
Really?
Yeah, they'll write back on my self-tapes and be like, no, he can't. He is a baguette rhymes with this word. And I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, oh.
He is that guy who rhymes with this word.
I did do a funny self-tape the other day. The description was perfectly for me. It was
loose ninny. No.
Gay with no fashion sense but can read a bitch. And
Good
I was
for
like,
you.
I think that is me.
Yeah.
I think I'm a contender for this one.
And did you book it?
I haven't heard back, so I guess
God.
no.
Well,
Yeah, well,
the year is young.
yeah. What is TV anymore?
This is about your city of Seattle.
Oh God.
A company is offering robots to Seattleites to encourage more walking.
I need to leave.
Yeah.
I can't handle this, and I can't handle a lot of the city of Seattle. I do love where I live. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. But the mindset sometimes is just so, we're going to recruit robots to tell us to do more walking.
I mean, but I feel like Seattle's very tech, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like Amazon is there.
Yeah. It's very tech, but it's also very neoliberalism, like the farthest of left that you could possibly go.
That's not Portland.
Right. Like people will ask you, like, if you've asked for the consent of your lettuce before you eat your salad. Like that maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Where are they going with this?
Our butt story was a story ago. Don't talk about eating salad after the butt story.
Well,
okay?
I'm very interested to hear where this is going because it could get nuts.
It could get nuts. This company called Near and Far is a company that connects creative thinking individuals to businesses around the country and is looking for 30 people, no more, no less, based in Seattle, Austin, or Atlanta, hoping to make walking a bigger part of their lives. Those chosen to participate in the 6-month project will receive a Gitta, a cargo-carrying following robot, to help carry any loose items and encourage hands-free walking. If you're interested in taking part in the project, send a message to the Near and Far Instagram page.
So this wasn't going in the direction that I thought. I still hate it.
I'm really confused because that's it. And
it's a backpack not on your back.
It's a backpack that chases you.
Hate it.
I do not agree with this. I already have a issue with the food delivery robots that have human names.
Oh. And they will run you over.
They know how to stop, but
they choose not to.
I don't understand how they work. And if anybody is listening, please let me know, because they'll stop at a crosswalk, the light will change, they'll go. Like, I don't know. I in my head, I think there's some gamer eating Doritos with a remote controller, just like
from the North Pole,
getting paid.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
So these robots and those robots are going to unionize before we know it.
Absolutely.
And they will win.
And they will strike.
This is unreal.
There's nothing.
You made walking lazy?
You made walking lazy also. Oh, you need something to hold all your shit while you walk?
It's called a purse, you dumb bitch. What? This is the ridiculous. These 30 people who are doing this? No.
I know.
What's the pay,
imagine being that person. Okay, imagine. So say you're at coffee, right? You're in Seattle. You're at like not a Starbucks.
Good job.
Mm-hmm.
Have you been?
Yeah, I love Seattle.
Okay, great.
Yeah, it was fun. I had a show.
What'd you do? Hereafter?
I think so, actually.
Cute. Like a little movie theater type feel?
Yeah. And then after the show, there was like zombie apocalypse outside, and everyone was like cool with it. Yeah.
Let me know next time you're in town.
For sure.
I'll show you around.
But imagine you're at a coffee shop that's not Starbucks. And let's say your gal pal, Linda, is running late, and you're just sitting there waiting for her. And she comes up, and she's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. It's just been a busy day. And all of a sudden you see that rolling up behind her. And you're like, what is that? And she's like, It's my robot. I haven't been tracking my steps. I needed something to hold my phone and my stuff, so it encourages me to walk hands free. Linda, we are no longer friends. Like, I'm sorry.
I would. Okay, first of all, I can't get over the fact, too, that if you think about it, this is taking up more space.
Yeah.
In the road. Like, less people can walk. And also, the fact that it's tracking you is alarming. And Linda gotta go.
Yeah, Linda
gotta go. She is missing a few brain cells.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous.
Well, and I also think people are just kind of like annoyed with
Linda
and her robot.
Yeah.
And I feel like if that thing was following people, like, I feel like someone going the opposite direction would just be like, get the fuck, and just kick it.
That's easier to steal.
That's easy. Yeah, that's definitely just.
And this is Seattle. It will get stolen.
It's a city Roomba.
Oh my God.
That's all it is.
Oh, you're good.
It's a city Roomba.
No wonder you I bombed and you did
That's all it is.
5 years ago.
What it should do is also pick up trash while it's following
heroin
you.
Needles.
Pick up heroin needles, cigarette butts, what else?
There's
Poop?
Human fecal matter.
Human ? Could be dog. Just
could
pick
be
it
coyote.
up.
We have a lot of coyotes running the streets of Seattle. It's wild. It's wild.
So,
well, that's a no for me.
I know. I also think that's a no. We need to calm down with the robots. Not every robot needs to exist.
Not every robot needs to exist.
But here's one. This is a really fun story. Are you familiar with the term golden retriever man?
No, but this is my dog.
What is that, a lab?
That's a golden retriever.
That's a golden retriever?
Oh, yeah.
So you're a golden retriever man.
I guess.
I love how I didn't even know. I was like, what is that, a lab? I don't know what that is. I don't have a dog. I want a dog, but...
I did it the right way, though. He's a rescue. I rescued him for $3,000 from a breeder. And now he's my son.
So you are a golden retriever man.
I guess so, yeah.
So this is the story for you.
Oh, shit.
Because...
This is going to read me to filth.
Well, also it starts off with Gen Z goes wild.
Oh,
so
shit.
Get ready. So this is a new term. And I'll read it to you. They say men are dogs, while women of yore, the 1800s and 1900s, the first colonial women, have yearned for a strong, silent man, and millennial ladies just are after tattoo-covered soy milk-sipping hipsters. Gen Z women are pawing for a different breed of fella. Golden retriever men have been hailed as the generation's new heartthrobs. On TikTok, oh God, videos with the hashtags #Golden Retriever Man and Golden Retriever Boys have collectively clocked up tens of millions of views. But what is a Golden Retriever Man, you may ask? It doesn't refer to the owners of the dogs, but to the men who actually possess the same qualities as the canine. Think sweet, gentle, affectionate, and eager to please, not to mention easy to train.
Oh, fuck. They clocked them.
Many of the men also share some physical attributes with the breed: an adorable smile, big brown eyes, and tufts of golden hair.
Wrong pictures to go with this.
I mean, Taylor Swift's new NFL squeeze, Travis Kelce, has frequently been cited as a golden retriever man.
Okay.
This gay has also been told he looks like a golden retriever man. Urban Dictionary defines the distinctive type of gent as a significant other that is easygoing and makes it fairly simple to maintain a happy and fulfilling relationship. Others include Shawn Mendes, Tom Holland, and Sam Thompson.
I see what they're doing.
What are they doing?
I see what they're doing. They're characterizing it by personality, but every picture we've seen, the physical's wrong.
The physical's wrong.
The physical's wrong. Like Thor's a golden retriever.
I would not say Shawn Mendes is a Doberman pincher or a golden retriever. Doberman pincher.
You're breed shaming over here.
I'm not breed shaming.
Yeah.
I would say Shawn Mendes is a...
I would say Dachshund. That's a wiener dog.
That's a dachshund?
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 Dachshund.
It's a dachshund. I would say dachshund. I can see dachshund.
Dachshund. Dachshund.
Tom Holland is like...
still small breed. Weston Terrier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but not golden retriever.
Not golden retriever.
No. So your fiance is not a golden retriever? What would you say your fiance was as a dog?
Whatever he is, it is got is severe independence. Like, he is the dog that, like, you're in my life and I'm going to take care and provide and we're going to coexist together greatly. But I can do it all myself too. And don't you forget that I can. That's him.
So what is that? What dog is that?
Okay, I think it's a rescue, actually. I think it's
lived on the street.
It's lived on the street. It's seen some shit.
It's seen things.
And it is like, I love you. I do like to be cuddled. I do like all this stuff. But like when you leave, I'm going to hold down the fort and I'm fine.
Yeah.
I can do it. I can take myself for a walk.
And if you die, I will be okay.
Right. I'll be good. I'll be good.
I might pick at you a little bit until they find you.
Right. Because I need to eat.
Yeah. Yeah. But
that's
obviously,
him.
like,
Yeah.
No, not a needy dog.
Yeah. If I had to guess, I would say probably like bloodhound.
Okay.
Like high level of skill.
Yeah.
Can survive on their own.
Smell.
But still very lovable, super cute. Loves to be around people, social.
What dog would you say you were?
I definitely think I present, not this, but I do have unhinged golden retriever ADHD, unmedicated, happy-go-lucky realness.
Just an unmedicated golden retriever.
Yeah.
Perfect. That's
what
good.
About you?
Well, I asked my boyfriend, and I said, what kind of dog would I be? And he said, I was thinking something else. But he said I would be one of those big poodles.
Wow.
Which I kind of get, but just like, like one of those just like.
Oh, that's you.
Yeah. Like an Anastasia. Like, just like. But can be aggressive if like they don't know you, just like bitch, like that. Yeah. And I think Evan would be like a Cocker Spaniel.
Okay, now explain that.
Mm-hmm.
Curly hair,
like big eyes, big lashes, just very like snuggly and cute, but at the same time, if like you went to touch it or something, it's like,
not yet. Yeah. Ooh,
very
Evan.
Territorial. Leave me alone. I'm snuggling. Pay attention to me. Pop my toes. Like that kind of stuff. I have to pop his toes all the time.
Oh,
but
Evan.
it's fun. It's a fun.
Evan needs to see a podiatrist.
Way too much.
It sounds like Evan in those corns.
Oh no! But do we not? I think this is kind of weird that Gen Z is comparing people to dogs.
Gen Z is doing a lot.
Yeah,
Gen Z is doing a lot. But you know who's worse than Gen Z is Gen Alpha is making the rounds.
It's all going to be worse. It already is.
They're 12 years old. They're on the internet. They're saying crazy shit.
Like what?
They speak their own language. You don't even understand it. They have this whole thing called a vanilla girl, which is something that is they're striving for this type of personality. I don't know what it is. I can't speak on it.
We have like a good 10 years left.
But also, they look like adults. Because they have such access to like makeup tutorials and online shopping that they have all the product and they know how to do a full contour with a winged eyeliner, false lashes, full beat. And they look like adults. And then you're like, you're fucking 12.
God, that reminds me of the other two. Do you remember that? The little makeup influencer?
Great show. So
R.I.P.
sad. So sad.
I know. I loved that show.
It was made for the industry though. So that was like,
It was so good. But I love that like the little makeup influencer that she goes home with. And she's like, she's 12 and she looks like she's 28.
I found one. I forgot what her name was. I'll find it and text it to you. But she's ruthless. She does her makeup and she goes, so this is what we're not doing. If you go to school and you look at someone and you say, I'm sad, and then they ask you why you're sad, and you say, I don't want to talk about it, then you shouldn't have said anything in the first place, you stupid bitch. And she's like,
12.
She's reading the hose from her own little private school life. It's insane. God. As I'm putting on my Birds Base.
I know, just like, God, I know. We are doomed. But you know what? Let's look forward to a wonderful 2024.
Which we're in right now.
Which we are in right now as we speak. And please tell everybody where they can follow you, what shows you have coming up. Please come back. This was so much fun.
Thank you.
And, yes, go ahead. Now is your time.
You can watch my comedy special, Don't Eat the Crayons, on YouTube.
It's a great name, by the way.
Thank you. And if you go to my website, MrD3.com, which I think by this time has changed to just the Joe Dombrowski.com. My full tour schedule is there. I'm all over the country, starting in Lexington, Kentucky. Then I'm doing a Seattle, Portland, Vancouver. I I'm pretty sure there's no place I'm not on every single weekend until my wedding. And then I'm taking 2 months off.
That's fantastic.
Yes.
What a great way to like lead up to your wedding.
And then be done. Yeah. So am I coming to a city near you? Yes.
Go check him out. And thank you guys so much for listening. Make sure to like and subscribe, rate and review. I also have that Just Saying Patreon, which we will be like uploading and putting up fun things for us to discuss and chat about. That's not on this podcast or that pop up later in the week. We get around to it. You guys will get the first exclusive take on it. And as always, we'll see you next time. Happy 2024, everyone. We'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.